Jan Sibelius was born on December 8, 1865, in Hämeenlinna in the Grand Duchy of Finland, an autonomous part of the Russian Empire. His father, Christian, was a doctor who loved music, but also had a reputation for extravagance and a heavy drinker. He died in 1868 and left the family bankrupt. His mother, Maria, was left with her children. When Jan was born, Finland was under the control of Russia. Before that, under Sweden, he spoke Swedish at home. At 7, he started piano lessons. Soon, he went to a Finnish primary school. The family spent the summer in the coastal town of Loviisa. He enjoyed staying with his favorite aunt, Evelina, who encouraged his growing love in music. He showed a strong interest in nature, spent hours roaming in the forests and meadows. Also inspired by his Uncle Per, who gave the boy a violin when he was 10. He formed a trio with his siblings and composed for own stages. At the time, his dream was to be a great violinist. At his mother's request, he enrolled to study law at Helsinki University and music at Helsinki Music Institute. The law studies were soon dropped. He started official composition studies under Vergilius. At age 22, he fell in love with his fellow student's sister, Ainola. After graduation, he went to Berlin and Vienna to study composition. He did not have much money, but he enjoyed buying fashionable clothing and started drinking heavily. He even had an audition for the Vienna Philharmonic as a violinist, but he was not accepted because of his stage fright from his student years. What really set him on the road as a composer was the Berlin premiere of Keanu's Ainola. And it was at this time that he became wholly aware of the potential of the Finnish epic poem, the Kalevala, as a source of musical inspiration. He composed the symphonic poem, Kurerbo, based on Kalevala at age 26. It was the first concert ever to be sung completely in Finnish, and the Finnish public embraced him. He was catapulted into fame and smoothed the way to his marriage. Sibelius married to Ainola in 1892. Next year, their first girl, Eva, was born. Sibelius was engaged as a teacher at Helsinki Music Institute. Despite his small income, he spent much money on fine clothes and luxury shoes. Ainola faced financial hardship. The group called Symposium met regularly for nights of drinking, smoking cigars and discussion. Ainola was furious when she saw this picture. In 1899, his first symphony was premiered, and in November, this stirring piece, Finland Awakes, became the symbol of his country's fight for independence. Later entitled Finlandia, brought him international fame. He had then acquired a new confidant, Axel Carpelan, who advised him to change the title to Finlandia. He became his lifelong friend. Next year, his third girl, Christy, died. This picture situated behind the piano reminded him of his dearest daughter. Sibelius moved with his family to a house called Ainola, which was to remain his home and inspiration for the rest of his life. A keen smoker and drinker, Sibelius was diagnosed with throat cancer in his 40s. He had to quit cigars and alcohol. During his 40s, he often visited England. In London, Sibelius met Debussy. Unexpected praise from him was truly humbling. Aino gave birth to their sixth daughter, Heidi. He made a successful visit to United States and received an honorary doctorate from Yale University. Then, World War I broke out. He turned once more to cigars and alcohol as stimulants. In 1919, Finland's status as a republic was confirmed in the Finnish constitution. He was now suffering from a tremor in his hands. But he kept on drinking when he was composing the 7th Symphony. Aino was desperate, writing him letters saying, "Your work being the product of artificial inspiration." He was awarded Grand Cross of the Order of the White Rose, and his annual pension was raised. He was to be free from debt at last. Soon, he bought the radio. He was an avid listener, sitting in his favorite chair. World War II broke out. He was trying to finalize the 8th, but he wrote in the diary as, "But the inhumanity of the war hinders my work. I cannot sleep at nights." On September 20th, 1957, Sibelius died peacefully at home with his family by his side. At the same time, the President of the United Nations Assembly called for a moment of silence and said, "Sibelius belonged to the whole world." In his lifetime, he cherished his daughters and his one and only Aino, who believed in his music. Sibelius composed choral music throughout his entire active career. Finlandia anthem from this album by the Helsinki University Chorus is splendid. And he adored the twin flower from his childhood. Whenever I close my eyes, their heavenly perfume did not last long as cut flowers. It was better to leave them. To be happy, man needs to be at one with nature.